Hello, Taurus. Laura Janelle here, Spiritual Warrior. I am here doing the December 2020 readings, and this reading will be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And this will be a general read, and if it does not resonate with you, check your birth chart for other prominent signs, and then check out those readings, and maybe you'll find something for you there. As this is a general reading, please take what works, leave what doesn't, and don't get hung up on the gender of the cards, like king and queen and all that, because every human has feminine and masculine energy, so these are just energy. Don't get hung up on the gender. So let's get started. Right. All right, let's get started. Wow, the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Air, and in a regular deck, this is the King of Swords. So this energy is all about communicating clearly and really being firm and direct and with what you want, and really mostly communication, direct communication, and strong leader as well. So let's get started. Okay, Taurus. Your first card out is the Two of Water. This is one of my favorite cards. It's very beautiful. Depicts two lovers together. This card is all about intimate relationships, a very strong soul bond. That it's basically not just a fling. This is a very serious bond, intimate relationship with somebody. I'm going to keep going. And I will clarify after I have put all the cards out. Your next card out is the Eight of Swords, or excuse me, Eight of Air energy here. And I'm just being led to read a little bit about this one, because usually if I get that kind of guidance to do so, it just shows me that maybe somebody really needs to hear what is exactly read for this card. So this card, the keywords are the ego, truth, power, responsibility, consequences, cause and effect, lessons learned, and memory. So, we are creatures driven by our egos. Our ego is in part our identity, the center of our consciousness. It is driven by our instincts and base desires and constrained by culture and society. So this is all about, kind of saying like time to change your ways in a sense. It's a very challenging card because it symbolizes the need to look at your beliefs and your behavior and question them. There's something in here that wants to be read, and I'm just trying to, okay. Take this opportunity to take charge of your life. Embrace your personal power by learning from your mistakes so that you grow in wisdom and awareness. Be humble and accept the truth that your ego is not always honest and you are not always right. Your ego might have your best interest at heart, but it will offer self-justification in order to make you feel good about your behavior, in order to protect you from the harsher truth that your actions may have been misguided or harmful. The path to enlightenment is made up of our mistakes and the lessons learned from them along the way. Wisdom is earned, not bestowed. I'm getting a lot right now. I'm feeling and like hearing a lot, so I'm going to keep going. Maybe I should get a clarifier now. I feel like the swords in each one of his hands, one's pointing down and his hand is bleeding, and the other is pointing up. And to me, this kind of represents like, are you hurting yourself like just to be right? I think I'm going to get a clarifier now. I was going to wait, but. Oh, jeez. That was way too many. Sorry about that, Taurus. Let me try this again. All right. So this actually did show when all those cards flew out. This is one that I saw was the World. That's like a culmination, like an ending, you know, a job well done, or like basically like you made it to the end. So with this ego card here next to the Two of Water, what I was getting before, and I didn't really want to go that way because I wasn't sure, was because Taurus can be very stubborn at times, and obviously the ego card here kind of made me feel like maybe there's something stubborn in your ego that's getting in the way of maybe a relationship. And so you got the clarifying the 8 of air. You have the 3 of cups and the 9 of swords. And so the 9 of swords is anxiety. And the 3 of cups is like celebration and reunion. But I feel like it's too early to really say what this is because I need more cards. But I feel like there's an anxiety over a relationship here of some sort, or maybe this is like a culmination of your anxiety is getting the better of you. You know, because the World is like an ending. I don't want to assume it's like the ending of a relationship. All right, nothing came out, nothing flipped, so I'm going to wait and I'm just going to keep going. Wow. So, keep doing that. So after shuffling, trying to get a clarifier for the Two of Water, nothing came out. This is at the bottom. This is the King of Wands. This is taking control of your energies and like control of your life, kind of like the Emperor does in a way, but the King of Wands is different. He like takes action and has control over his own energy. So the next card that I pulled was the King of Fire. So very interesting. I'm going to keep going, but there's something here. I feel like maybe this is a person in your environment, Taurus, who's affecting you in some sort of way. You know, and the King of Fire is he's entrepreneurial, like the Queen of Fire is, very confident and takes action without hesitating. And let me just give you a little bit here. So the keywords are proactive, dauntless, inspirational, powerful, passionate, charismatic, and involved. He's a charismatic leader and he's very passionate. And others find it inspiring because he's focused, grounded, and creative. And, you know, a lot of people want that. So I'm just going to keep going because I need more here, Taurus. But, yeah, I just need to keep going. I need more. Interesting. Aries had this. The next card is the Three of Fire, and this is about going out on your own and doing something new. This is like having an idea and researching it and seeing how other people have done it, or like knowing that there's another way, but you go about it in your own way and you decide, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I don't care. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to go off on my own and do this thing. And then you have emotions. And I know my camera is not that great, but you can see someone up here, and then there's somebody down here with their hands like this, very sad and depressed. And this is all about balancing your emotions and finding the need to get out of this type of energy and up into here. And it's also about educating yourself about your emotions so that you can move through them more fluidly and move through the negative ones into like higher vibrational, good feeling emotions, you know. And not a lot of us are really educated on what our emotions mean and what they're telling us. We kind of just feel them and like react instead of, we kind of feel them and then just react without really slowing down and kind of asking ourselves, like, what is this showing me? And with you, Taurus, like, you like to feel really good. And I sense that there's like a need to kind of maybe ground yourself and balance your emotions. I'm going to keep going. See what else comes out. Interesting. Aries also had this card. This is the Two of Air. This is about integration. So it's black and white, like our universe that we live in is, you know, duality and polarity. So this is about choosing. Are you going to choose separation or are you going to choose integration? And a lot of times, sorry, I'm just getting more. We can choose to either react in a certain way or just be tactless about it. You know what I mean? And so we can choose to see that we are a part of a greater whole, or we can choose to see the perspective that we're separate. And this is really about, what do you choose? Do you choose to integrate or do you choose separation? And that's like on a whole kind of level. Wow. Okay, so Five of Fire is your next card. This is all about conflict, and it could be with another person, but with this particular card, a lot of times it's like inner conflict. And the Five of Wands in a regular tarot deck is conflict. It's shown with like 5 people, each with their own wand, and they're all like going at it. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, it could be aggression and conflict with another person or within yourself. And being next to this Two of Air, it could be conflict within yourself, because this person kind of is like deciding, what am I going to choose? What am I going to decide to be? Getting some of the same cards that Aries did. Healing. There is a healing needed for you, Taurus, especially with this ego card here, this emotions card, the 2 of air, and the 5 of fire. Like, there's definitely, I feel there's something going on within you that's very turbulent, especially with this conflict card falling underneath the ego card. There's like a need for you to check that, Taurus. You know, and you can be stubborn sometimes, so just think about that. But you're also a very grounded energy, so you have the ability to heal yourself with nature very easily. And in this card, he has nature all around him. He's holding the staff, the snake is there, the frogs are around, he's out in nature, he's next to water, next to trees, you know. Wow. The next card for you is the 9 of Earth, and this is all about giving. This is about generosity and like giving yourself out of the pureness of your heart without really, it's not about gaining something, it's really about kindness, generosity, and giving because that's who you are. And, you know, I love this deck because like all the earth signs like have these little like horns coming out, and that just reminds me of Taurus. So like this is kind of, this feels like you. It feels like this is what you could have if you heal, or that like giving and being generous and being kind is a healing for you. Wow. And then you get the Queen of Earth. Wow, Taurus. Look at the bulls right down there. So she's very generous. She's very independent, and she's practical, grounded. There's also another word that's escaping me that describes the Queen of Earth. She's very, you know, and then this is when I feel like there's something that needs to be said here. So, Earth Mother, pragmatic, real, kind, nurturing, abundant, fertile mind, and she symbolizes a real, authentic Earth Mother personality. She's larger than life and, you know, possesses an abundant, generous, grounded nature. You know, realistic, epitome of kindness, which is, you know, this card also is about being kind and giving. So, very interesting. I feel like something else flipped in here, but no. Okay. So you have the same, this is at the bottom of the deck clarifying, these are the same, basically the same type of energy in a way, but the 2 of Swords is really about a stalemate and not being able to make a decision about something. And it's interesting because there's a sword here. So this has this to do with your emotions and something to do with your mind, Taurus. And with the 7 of Wands here, this is indicative of somebody being really defensive. Like sometimes the 7 of Wands is like standing up for what you believe and standing your ground. But I feel like with it clarifying the emotions card, it's kind of saying like you're really defensive and you like won't give up the fight is kind of what I'm getting. And definitely with this 9 of Swords here under for your ego card, it's like you're holding yourself in this anxiety state, or like that's kind of like what your ego is doing to you. It's like giving you this anxiety and this defensiveness. Alright, that didn't want to clarify, obviously. Why are some of these? Interesting. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that these weren't in reverse. These cards keep sticking, I apologize. Okay, and this might not resonate with all of you, but clarifying the Five of Fire, the conflict is the Knave of Cups or Chalices, which is, this is the Page of Cups in a regular deck. I feel like this has to do with a relationship somehow, romantic. I don't know why I'm getting that, but like, so this is like a immature energy sometimes, the Page of Cups, but it's like somebody wanting to offer emotional fulfillment, and like they have this cup, but they're like, don't really know what to do, and like the fish coming out of the cup is kind of like indicative of saying this person isn't really confident and stable, like with what they're coming to offer. They're like nervous or like immature or whatever with this, like almost about to come out. Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay, these both fell in reverse. Okay, so for the healing, you got Seven of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is about planting seeds and waiting for this to grow and like yield a return to you. And then the Nine of Pentacles is it's basically about being independent and getting all of this on your own, and you're looked at as a very like confident, independent energy, and she's like studious and basically like abundant because of everything she's done for herself. But with these both being in the reverse, I feel like there's a practicality or a groundedness that you're missing. Almost like trying to take shortcuts is what I'm getting. Trying to take shortcuts and doing something, and that's causing you to need healing. Whatever that means for you, Taurus, put that in your life wherever that is. And I feel like it's saying, you're taking these shortcuts and it's kind of taking this away from you, And you have the Magician at the bottom of the deck here, and it's like the Magician has everything he needs. He can manifest his reality really easily. He has all the tools here: a cup, a wand, a sword, a pentacle, and like you need healing because whatever this is, I feel like this is like, because these are both very hardworking energies, and Taurus is very hardworking sign, and with them in the reverse like this, I feel like it's like that's what's here for you, but you're trying to take shortcuts in some way. Um, mm, okay. So, okay, I'm going to say this first. At the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. This is about communication and stuff happening really fast. And with the King of Air being your overall energy, I feel like there's something that you need to communicate that is not being communicated. And with this Three of Fire, which is like stepping out and going on your own, the clarifier that I got was the Devil. And this is not a card to be afraid of. This card just symbolizes a negative attachment to something. I'm just going to say it. It feels like there's a relationship here that you need to let go of, that you're kind of holding on to, that's making your emotions, it's making you feel like crap, basically, Taurus. And there's like conflict with this person. And it's almost like you're not giving it up. Like you feel like you need to, but you won't let go. Because this is about being negatively attached to something, whether it's a person or a substance or a belief. And with it clarifying this action card, I feel like it's saying you need to go. Like you need to go out on your own and separate from whatever this is that's negatively affecting you. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, a bunch of cards fell. Just wow. Okay, bear with me for a moment here, Taurus. A bunch of these cards fell. And I thought something was flipped in here, so just a moment. Wow, okay, there's like a lot. And just bear with me because sometimes there's like stories that come out, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm sorry. So, for the Two of Water, to Two of Water. So, clarifying this card is the first one that flipped out was the Two of Cups. And so, there's obviously a relationship here that needs to be fixed or is being worked on. This is the Eight of Pentacles, and he's trying to fix this. But the Queen of Swords is here, and she cuts things out. She's very logical in her decision-making process, and she doesn't allow her emotions to dictate her decisions. So whatever is needed to be let go of, she cuts it out. and there's a victory in that. And then you have the Page of Swords, which is I'm getting a lot. I'm sorry. The Page of Swords is like it means a couple different things. Sometimes it's like somebody like watching you. It's like a new way of thinking, information coming in, and so at the bottom of the deck, clarifying 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and King of Swords. So that's here again. There's definitely a relationship here that I feel like needs to be let go of because you need to heal. Almost like this relationship, because I did see the World, and that's like the culmination and like an ending, like a job well done. And sometimes that's a sign of like karmic balance happening for you. And so I know there's a lot of clarifiers here, so sorry about that. But like as an overall, I see this strong relationship being worked on, but somebody cutting it out and being victory in that, because the ego is here, and it's like you have anxiety over this reunion and if it's going to happen, almost like there's something that's being worked on or needs to be fixed, and like your ego is kind of doing you in and giving you more anxiety. But especially with this 3 of Fire card here, which is going out on your own, is here with the Devil. I feel like this relationship maybe has come to a place where like it's just not serving you anymore, Taurus. And then with this emotions card here, it's almost like what I'm getting is like somebody feeling like this, like up and down, but not letting go. Like they're still like standing here in defense mode, like standing your ground and not letting go. Because it's like defending yourself. And then, this is like choosing separation or integration, and on a general level in a relationship, it's like, should I stay or should I go? Kind of like making a decision about something. And then there's like this conflict here and another relationship card. And I feel like the healing for you is to just kind of be alone and ground yourself. Very interesting, Taurus. Well, that's what I have for you. This has already gone a little bit long. I hope that resonated with some of you. Let me know in the comments below if it did. If it did not, again, check your other prominent signs and check out those readings. And yeah, I really think this is about checking your ego, Taurus, and really deciding if what you're holding on to, what you're battling about, is worth it. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you in January.